Okay, have you ever wondered why tiki drinks are commonly served in these opaque ceramic mugs instead of glass like normal cocktails? Well, the answer is not that complicated. When you start mixing dark-colored rum with fruit juice, it kind of tends to look like dishwater, which most people kind of get turned off by. So when you put it in a beautiful mug with a giant garnish, you can't see the liquid, and so you don't really care what it looks like. Well, that brings us to today's recipe, which, even though it's not a tiki drink, it is a rum cocktail, so it's related in my mind, somehow. Alright, so today we are making a JFK Harris, which has nothing to do with the late President of the United States, but if you want the backstory behind the name, go get yourself a copy of Regarding Cocktails by Sasha Petraske. This drink tastes like a mojito while looking like a New York sour, which makes it a favorite of mine for cocktail parties, as it's universally enjoyable, go see my video on the mojito, and it's a great conversation starter because the taste just doesn't match your expectations based on the visual. Ingredient-wise, you can see that it's very similar to a mojito, with simple syrup, citrus, mint, and rum making the base. But then we take a left turn by introducing red wine into the mix, which is, well, kind of weird. So to put this Franken drink together, it says to use a rocks glass, but being as this is for the aesthetically unforgiving masses of the YouTubes, I'm going to use this heavy stemless martini glass, which I have preloaded with a clear ice cube and pre-chilled. So, in a mixing tin, combine 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup, 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lemon juice, 2 ounces of the rum of your choice, though you should look for something column stilled and lightly aged for best results. Honestly, think of something like Bacardi Especial. Add 10 to 12 mint leaves, followed by ice. I highly recommend 2 large cubes, 1 broken and 1 whole. Shake until thoroughly chilled, and then double strain into your prepared glass with a single large ice cube. Finally, we need to float a finger of red wine on top of the drink. How much is a finger? I don't know. That's just what the book says. But I think about 1/4 to maybe 1/2 of an ounce. Now, room temperature wine will naturally float on top of a nearly freezing cocktail, but using the spiral shape of a bar spoon stem will help prevent the liquids mixing due to adding the wine too violently. The spiral shape encourages the wine to spin around the stem and then launch sideways once it reaches the flat end of the bar spoon and dissipate the downward momentum so that the wine lays on top of the drink instead of churning into it. If you are careful, you should get a beautiful layer of red wine floating on top of the pale cocktail. And with that, you are ready to enjoy. Before I get into this, though, the big clear ice cube got kind of frozen to the bottom of the glass, and so I'm kind of scared that it's going to just let loose and pop out the top and spill stuff everywhere. So I'm going to take the first sip without moving the glass because I want to get that level down a little bit before I tip it and, kind of disturb the equilibrium going on here. Oh my gosh. Okay, if I say nothing else this entire video, this is hands down one of my favorite cocktails. I like it better than a daiquiri, better than a mojito, which is in the top 5 greatest cocktails ever invented. I mean, it's been 500 frickin' years and we're still drinking lime, sugar, mint, and rum. Oh, I could drink one of these all the time. The best part about it is that it screws with you, because if you know what's in it, you're not expecting it to taste good. If you've never had one, it's like, that's kind of weird. What the hell? You're floating red wine on a mojito without lime juice? Like, what are you doing? It's so fun that it works, and that it works that well.